Welcome to the Bahamas Aggressor deck briefing. The crew are going to take an important few moments to cover some safety specifics pertaining to this yacht. We will cover areas such as the dive deck, where you can find specific items, water entry and exit procedures, diver recall, surface signal, and much more. Thank you very much for your fullest attention.
Let's begin at muster station number 1. Located above the camera station, here you can find first aid items such as bandages, pain relievers, and hydrogen peroxide. This station also houses an automated external defibrillator or AED and life jackets. Moving on to the camera table. Here you can store all underwater cameras, housing, strobes, torches, and dive computers. Please do not keep non-waterproof cameras at the station, and from this point forward, no drinks will be placed upon this area. Battery charging stations are located on the first shelf on the other side of the camera table. Emergency oxygen can be found in 2 separate green Pelican cases located below the battery charging stations. Our water station is located on the port side stern next to the air and nitrox filling station. We keep fresh water in a cooler and refill it throughout the day. You can find fresh water cups on the first shelf behind the camera table. Please alert a member of the crew if you find the water cooler to be empty. Every guest has their own individual tank station. Above are hangers to keep wetsuits, rash guards, and other dive clothing articles, and below is your own personal storage locker to house smaller items such as torches, dive booties, and other equipment to bring for your dive adventures. A friendly member of our staff will provide you with a plastic bag for items you do not want to get wet. For divers who will be using enriched air, the analyzer is located in a labeled nitrox box on the first shelf of the camera table. Record the metered number on your individual dive sheet located in a nitrox log clipboard, which can be found on the first shelf of the camera table. The dive deck has 3 different rinse stations. The wetsuit rinse barrel is located beside the starboard staircase leading to the dive platform. For cameras, we have a large white tank located behind the air and nitrox filling stations. Please only use this tank for cameras, underwater electronics, and torches. And for masks, we have a white bucket located below the water cooler. Please do not leave masks in the bucket after the dive or overnight. There is a safety chain and hookah regulator located on port side that hangs underwater during every dive. These are only there in case of an emergency. When making your safety stop, if you require to hold on to something, please use the bow line. Hard weights are located on starboard side below the orange safety ring, and soft weights are located on port side below the other orange safety ring. Rinse cameras in the camera tank to check for bubbles before going on the dive. Place the camera on the back of the dive deck and a crew member will hand it to you once you are in the water. When you are ready to enter the water, walk to one of the 2 staircases located on the stern. Turn around. Hold onto the rails. Step backwards slowly down onto the dive platform. A crew member will assist you with your fins that will be stowed on the platform for the entire week. Please tell a member of the crew if you require your gear to be carried down for you. Before entering the water, make sure there are no other divers below you. With full gear on, make a giant stride into the water, then hold onto the chase boat line and wait for your dive buddy. All dives are buddy dives. If you do not have a dive buddy, wait for one of the crew members who will be in the water to assist you. In the event of an emergency, there will be a diver recall. A crew member will make consecutive bangs on the dive platform. Make a slow ascent and safety stop to the surface. Wait where you are for a crew member to pick you up in the chase boat. If you surface far away from the boat, make contact with a member of the crew and give an OK signal. If you are not OK, wave your arms back and forth, inflate your BCD, and wait where you are for a crew member to pick you up in the chase boat. Only do this in the event of an emergency. This is not a taxi service. When exiting the water, make sure you are not directly behind the diver in front of you. You do not want to get hit with a heavy tank. First, hand your camera to a crew member if you have one. Then, take off your fins one at a time. Climb up the ladder slowly with full gear on. If you need assistance, please let a crew member know. Head back to your tank station and immediately remove your first stage and leave your tank cap off. This signals to the crew member to refill your tank with either air or nitrox for your next dive. Look at your dive computer so you can tell a crew member your recorded depth and time during the dive. A friendly member of staff will help you rinse your wetsuit. If you have urinated in your wetsuit, we will not judge you, but please make your way down to the dive platform and rinse your wetsuit in the ocean. Once all of your equipment and gear have been removed, make your way to the dive platform and have yourself a nice hot shower. Remember, we are on a boat, so water is limited. Please keep your showers to a minimum. A crew member will hand you a towel, either located on the dive platform railing or from behind the tank station on windy days. Dispose of your wet towels in a white basket located behind the camera table. Please do not go in any of the common areas with wet bodies or wet clothing. And finally, we come to the deck head. The door should remain open with the light and air vent switches on once you are finished inside. Knock before entering and knock back in response. Giving a verbal response may not be heard due to the noises on the dive deck. If a verbal response is given and not heard by someone on the outside, a crew member will find the key, unlock the door, and possibly videotape whomever may still be inside.